What is up? Patrick LaRouche here from Evolve Restorative Therapy. You can find me at livepainfreeprocess.com. I'm an intuitive healing expert, as well as I have a pain-free concierge. I base it all off of my Live Pain-Free process, which pretty much walks you a step-by-step process to eliminate pain physically, balance out your mental standpoint, as well as balance out your emotional standpoint, which will give you a pain-free life. A lot of people are using it for athletic performance, and I love that too. I'm extremely excited, I can see. So I want you guys to recognize this is the last week of the knee pain. And if you've been putting this together, you've been noticing a change has been happening because you got things to work better within the world of fascially calf and knee pain, trigger point work, as well as now you're starting to see more things happening, and now we have to do stretching for knee pain, right? We have to stretch for knee pain. I don't think people realize a lot of people just run off and do that, but they don't do the first two steps. And now that you're doing all two first, and then you're getting to this, now you're going to start getting more and more cleaner, better results that's long-lasting. So an easy place that I want you guys to start is, again, the calf. If you're not clearing out the calf first, you're always going to have issues because you're not going to stabilize the true mobility of the ankle. Then you're going to have trouble with the knee. So always clear up that calf stuff. Then I'm going to show you a stretch for the quad as well as the hamstring. If you guys know me very well, I'm breaking one of my cardinal rules. Don't stretch your hamstring because it's already being beaten up as is and it needs the quad to calm down first. But in this case, you can, because you're only going to stretch part of the hamstring that's correlated to actual knee pain. If you need to jar the knee a little bit to get the knee to gap, you're going to need to do this. So we're going to start with that first. And again, you're doing this for a brief little bit of time just to get some movement underneath the knee itself. So what you're going to do is sit in a chair. And once you sit, put your butt all the way back in the chair so you're sitting on your sit bones. You're going to tuck your pelvis underneath a little bit more. And then the knee that you have knee pain on, you're going to start to bring out just a little bit at first, just almost so your legs are almost at a 45-degree angle. Then you're going to lean forward. So now you already tucked your pelvis back. You rotated your hip bones back. Now you're going to lean a little bit further. So your hips are almost going to be parallel, not parallel, but almost looking at at the back of the chair. Once you're at that point, balance with one leg, straighten the other leg. So you're straightening the leg that you have knee pain, and you're going to feel a nice, comfortable stretch right underneath the knee onto the lower half of the hamstring. You're not killing yourself whatsoever. You're just leaning forward, getting the stretch behind the knee into the hamstring. You're going to do that. Hold it for a good 3 seconds, a good breath. That's it. If you're holding it for an umpteenth amount of time, your body's eventually going to lock up or it's going to trick you. It's going to turn off altogether, and that's when people get hurt. So that's the first thing. Stretching for knee pain is not about doing this all the time and then you're going to magically be good. Stretching for knee pain is all about getting you to understand foam roll trigger point, then get it to communicate. Get that knee to want to open. So as you're starting to do this, you're straightening the leg, getting the stretch behind the knee. Take a couple of breaths, let it go. Then you want to start working with your calf. Your quad. Get your quad to open up so it no longer beats up on the hamstring, because that's the problem in the first place. All right, so let's show you a nice easy stretch that you can do utilizing either a chair, or I'm going to use it at my table because everyone likes the standing quad stretch. So I'm going to show you a better way of doing it. So where the problem lies is when people do the quad stretch and they're standing, they ratchet their knee out to grab it, which then torques at the knee. So I want you to always think about when you're doing your quad stretch, your body stays nice and straight. You can now bring your leg back and up. Hit the table. So you're going to bring yourself back and up to grab it. What that's going to do is now stabilize your back so you're not torquing at the back, which is the number one problem. So once you get here, because your belly flops out forward, your hip now opens up a little bit more and it cheats. So you can pull, you can get your knees to your butt, because your back is rolling out, which means the quad stretch is doing nothing, right? So what I want you to do is find your position. I like telling people to use a chair because it's easier, But if you're up and you find a bleacher, your leg straight back. You see how I'm hitting the table? It'll go straight back here. Drop it on there. I want you to take a couple jumps out, so now your hips are straight. Stabilize your core, bring the belly button to the navel, and once you start to contract this glute, it's going to start to open up the quad. That should be all the stretch you need. If you're able to contract that glute, well, you're going to be able to get your quad stretch, and you can notice that my foot is nowhere near my butt because my quads are that tight, right? So if you jump out a little bit, get here, all you have to do now is bring this knee to the ground by bringing this knee forward slightly. Remember, knee never passes toe, right? And then you're going to get a full stretch from the top of your hip all the way down to your knee. Take your time with this. When you get your stretch, take a couple breaths. No more than 3 seconds. You don't want your body to start protecting against your stretches. You want your body to say, oh, wait, I'm stretching? Okay, it's good. And the more time you do that, your body's going to be like, all right, I can take this sustained movement because I'm doing it all the time. But if you're holding stretches for 30 seconds, 40 seconds, I heard some obscene number, yeah, you'll get the muscle tissue to elongate, but that's not a natural place for your body to be in, so it's not going to make it natural, right? Get your body to start doing things on a religious basis, like how we walk. You know, as you start walking, your body is going to start mimicking that. So if you're able to open this hip for 3 seconds, you're more likely to open your hip while you're walking, right? All these things start to mesh itself together as long as you start tracking yourself. What did you do before and what did you do after? So I'm excited because this is the last one of the month. I want to start hearing what you guys did. If you guys truly follow the doing the calf work for foam rolling, doing the knee stuff for foam rolling, doing the calf work for trigger point work, as well as trigger point work for knee pain, as well as stretching for knee pain by doing your calf work and doing your knee, hamstring, and quad work. It should change things. I want to know. If you guys are really diligent in this, I'm telling you, I have countless clients just doing this. It's magic. It just goes away. Because you sequence things. You did things with exploring positive feelings. Remember, we talked about the very first week. You started looking at your body differently. And rather than beating up your body, you started looking at your body in a learning way. So put the comments down below. Email me, because so many people are just emailing me instead. But put some comments down below. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, until next week, where we're going to be covering hip pain. See you then. Bye.